Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the only podcast where you get a healthy dose of sports news and my unapologetic take on it all. I'm your host, Howard, and we're excited to have you tuning in today. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you folks, so let's dive right into our first segment. Today, we're talking about the next generation of sports stars, the kids of famous athletes who are making a name for themselves in their respective fields. From basketball to football, soccer to golf, it seems like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to athletic talent. Take LeBron James's son, Bronny, for example. The young man is already making waves in the basketball world with his impressive skills on the court. Or how about Tiger Woods' son, Charlie? This 15-year-old golf prodigy has been tearing up the course alongside his dad, showing that he's got the same level of dedication and passion for the sport. But it's not just these two. We're seeing a whole new crop of young athletes emerge, all with famous parents who have paved the way for them. There's Scottie Pippen's son, Scottie Jr., who's playing college ball at Vanderbilt, Dennis Rodman's kids, DJ and Trinity, who are making a name for themselves in basketball and soccer respectively, and even Shaquille O'Neal's children, Sharif and Amira, who are dominating on the court. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it fair to these young athletes to have so much pressure and expectation placed upon them simply because of their last name? Shouldn't they be able to forge their own paths and make a name for themselves without being constantly compared to their famous parents? These are all great questions, folks, and we'll be exploring them in more depth throughout the show. But for now, let's just say that it's exciting to see this new generation of athletes emerge and make their mark on the sports world. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're diving into the world of sports now, and I've got a fascinating update for you from the MLB playoffs. The Los Angeles Dodgers are looking strong after taking Game 1 against the Cincinnati Reds, with Teoscar Hernandez leading the charge with not one but two home runs. The final score was quite convincing, showing that the Dodgers mean business this postseason. Now, as we analyze the game, it's clear that the Reds have their work cut out for them if they want to stay in this series. With a history of losing consecutive postseason games, the pressure is on. On the other hand, the Dodgers are riding high, with players like Kike Hernandez and Max Muncy contributing significantly, despite some recent struggles. The bullpens for both teams will play a crucial role in Game 2, especially considering how they were utilized in the first game. The Dodgers have the luxury of leaning on pitchers like Tyler Glasnow and Emmett Sheehan, who haven't been used yet, giving them a fresh edge. Meanwhile, the Reds are looking to bounce back with possibly tweaking their lineup to get more offense going. It's worth noting that injuries could impact both teams' strategies moving forward. The Dodgers are managing Will Smith's hand injury and Tommy Edman's ankle issue, while the Reds are dealing with their own set of challenges, including Brian Hayes' recent slump. As we look ahead to Game 2, one thing is certain. It's going to be a nail-biter. The Reds need a win to stay alive, and the Dodgers are aiming to sweep the series at home. Will history repeat itself with the Dodgers taking the second game, or can the Reds turn their fortunes around? We'll have to wait and see. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're closing out today's show with a discussion on the latest college football rankings. Chris the Bear Fallica has released his top 10 teams, and there are some interesting shakeups. Let's dive right in. First off, Ohio State is holding strong at the number 1 spot, followed closely by Miami. But what caught my attention was the inclusion of Ole Miss at number 6. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Ole Miss? Really? But hear me out. Trinidad Chambliss has been on fire lately, and their schedule is looking pretty favorable. They've got a real shot at making a deep run in the playoffs. And then there's Alabama, sitting pretty at number 5. After that impressive win over Georgia, it's hard to argue with their placement. Ty Simpson is proving himself to be a force to be reckoned with, and with 5 ranked opponents left on their schedule, they're going to be a team to watch. But what about the teams that didn't make the cut? Penn State is looking a bit shaky after that loss to Oregon, and Drew Allar's performance has been underwhelming. And don't even get me started on LSU. It seems like they're not living up to the hype this season. Now, I know some of you might disagree with these rankings, and that's what makes college football so exciting, right? The debate, the discussion, the occasional heated argument with your friends and family. It's all part of the fun. So, what do you think about these rankings? Do you think Ole Miss has what it takes to make a deep run? Should Penn State be worried about their playoff chances? Let me know in the comments. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, these are some of my humble thoughts.